Good morning, everybody. Victor here from Panama City, Florida. I'm out here with Josh from Heritage Excursions. What are we after today?
We're gonna go chase a snapper and a grouper this morning. We're gonna start at about 35 miles, work our way offshore, and hopefully be back this afternoon.
With a cooler full of snapper and grouper. I'm very excited. We got Ray on the boat, as well as Josh's cousin David. We got Brookie behind the camera. I didn't forget you this time, babe. If you guys don't know, Panama City was hit hard by Hurricane Michael 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago, so you know, a lot of businesses are still struggling, and I want to do as much as I can and use this platform to give back to the community. So you guys are going to get a little tour and taste of Panama City, so let's hit it. Pretty sure I got a red snapper on the jig, guys.
Oh yeah, it's a nice snapper.
Oh yeah, look! We got one on the
wow,
jig.
good one.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Oh man!
That's an eater.
Killer right
Look
there.
at that.
Right in the mouth.
On the jig. Okay, so do you believe it now?
Oh, I believe you. I was excited to learn about it. I like watching them in action.
That was cool.
That is so cool.
That's my first red snapper on a jig ever. Right there, Mustad vertical jig, baby.
I'm about to get some of those.
As soon as it hit the bottom.
Got
Couldn't
it.
even hit bottom. It is a bottom fish. I don't think it's a jack. It's digging. Drop down a jig. First person hooked up. Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh jeez. I'm calling big red snapper right here. There it is. Snapper.
Nice one too, man. Oh, nice snapper.
Red snapper.
I got a good one.
Yep. There you go, Brooke. Another snapper on the jig. Right there.
I think Brooke's got the last one. Ooh.
Oh my
Wow, that was a good one.
That is a good one.
Josh, you wanna try?
He got off.
There he is. He came back.
That's a freaking good one.
Do that, Josh. There you go. Yeah. I might have to try whenever he gets there. Dude, that's a stud. Right here, right whenever you're ready. Dude, that is a stud.
That's a real one.
Let me get old gaff hook ready.
That's a real one.
There you go, Victor. Oh, look at Brooke. Look at him double
Double
nice. Oh
up,
man.
baby.
Yes.
Is your GoPro on?
Yeah, it's on.
I dropped this vertical jig down twice now. Caught one red snapper on it. Second drop down, fish smoked it like a freight train. Dropped it back down again, came off, dropped it back down again, ate it.
Oh, you got it.
Grouper on the jig.
Come.
Big grouper. Keeper down on the jig.
Hold it.
Dude, he swallowed it. Careful.
Yeah. There we go. Nice.
Nice
War
one.
paint.
Hey, there's no sign of the jig. He wanted it so bad, it is in his belly right there.
All the way down the hatch. He crushed it.
Heck yeah.
Nice job.
I'm gonna show you a
man.
commercial fishing trick. Hold this fish real quick.
All right. Mustad vertical jig right down the hatch.
All right. Turn him loose.
Loose.
Let him hang.
Okay. Just like that. You learn a thing or two when you fish with Josh. The craziest thing, real bait, fake lure.
Right. The guy
On a
is on the jig.
Load up.
That's
He's
a
trying to
good
get me in the
one.
bottom.
Don't let him pull you in the wreck.
This feels more like a shark, buddy. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
One. Oh, you got him now. Don't pull him off. He's all yours. Black crowbar and a tangle. Awesome. Oh yeah. Man, that makes me so excited. That's my favorite part of the day. Gag groupers.
We're gonna do a little count, make sure that we're within our limits, because you can easily get carried away. So you guys are going to be seeing multiple videos from this one day and one trip, just because there's so many fish, and each species is basically like a catch, clean, cook. I'm sure you guys won't complain about seeing more videos and more content. That's what it's all about. Red grouper.
He's not big enough. No. He's got a crab in his mouth.
Wow, big film.
And the crab.
Oh, no way. It's one of those spider crabs, isn't it? Look at that.
Oh god, but it's not very big.
You see that often with crabs in their mouths?
Yeah, I've never seen one like that though. Normally it's rooster crab.
snapper. So we just moved out pretty deep, and Josh has been saving this spot for finishing out our limit of gags. When we were inshore, we were mainly targeting red snapper, but we did catch some gags. But this spot, we're in like 270, 280, and he says this is like a grouper, heavy grouper territory. But that means that there's a lot of structure and a lot of things to break you off on. So pedal to the metal, lock down drags, and you guys are about to see all these rods doubled over, hopefully, pinned to the rails. And Brook and I have some serious redemption from our key strip last time from losing him to the rocks and sharks. So, think we can get him, babe?
I think so.
All right, double hook up on groupers.
Back end drag off the hook.
Doubled up, doubled up.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah.
That's what you mean by that rally, right?
Yeah. Horn!
Didn't even feel like the right one.
Feels a nice one. Feels like a good keeper grouper. He's not one to come up.
Max drag from the get-go. They're either gonna get you in the rock, no matter what, or you're gonna pull hook or pop them off because there's just that much pressure, but there's no other option. These fish, they're always near structure. So their first instinct, whenever they feel distress or something, is to go into that structure. And that's why we have hammered down drags.
Finesse.
Yes. I like to call it caressing.
We'll caress him when he gets here. We'll finesse him
I
until
see him.
then.
We got color.
Big old black grouper.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Barely hooked.
There we go.
Nice.
Right in the mouth.
I said he was barely hooked. He's hooked perfectly.
Thanks, man.
Look at the size of him
all skint up from where he tried to get back down the hole.
He tried, didn't he?
Like the guys were saying, you see these all kind of like skid marks and scratches. That's from that grouper trying to get into whatever structure's down there. Coral head, rock, sea fan, whatever it is. No. What the heck is going on? That's him.
Oh my god.
There you go. That's what we like to hear.
Break him off. You were up high.
Yeah, but still. I don't know. What, did you see what happened? He like came off and then he came back on?
Might have been real upset about it, it sounds like.
I don't know what.
Oh, I just got. Did you see that?
That hit on the way up?
Yeah.
You can tell it might be some jacks or something.
Nice big head shakes. That's more Jackie now.
Yeah. Come on. Right?
He and I are, I think,
Okay.
Well, I got a decent fish on the jig. Don't know what it is, but
Keep your slack out one.
more than likely an amberjack. I thought it was a grouper because it hit pretty close to the bottom.
I think it's gonna be a jack.
Yeah.
Because I think it pulled off and then either another one grabbed it
Yep.
or the same one grabbed it again.
Yep.
Oh, he's a stud ass.
Oh God, it's popped.
Stop. Stop.
You're kidding.
Don't move.
Oh
Don't
my
move.
gosh.
Get your camera.
Please, please.
Get your camera.
Holy smokes.
God.
Oh
Copper belly Get in here with me, son.
Joshua!
Copper tail! Copper belly on the jig. On a jig?
Hold on, don't take it out. Let's just show that. That's not fake news. That's real news right there. Look at that jig in its mouth.
Ate him way up in the water too.
Holy smokes.
Copper tone.
Josh, thank you. Thank you.
That's hugs, bro. That's hugs.
That's the biggest grouper's been calling this boat yet.
Yeah.
Heck yeah!
We're gonna take about 2 million pictures just so y'all know.
say,
Yeah.
So y'all had a good trip. That's it. We're done.
Diamond jigs for everybody. Make it.
That's awesome. My heart is pounding out of my chest. That fish is over 30 for sure, right?
Oh, for sure.
God, yeah.
Heck yeah. Look at that thing.
That fish is. I'm naming this place Victor Coppertone.
Oh, that's spot name.
Dude, we're fishing the best, biggest, livest chauffeurs, live baits.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude.
And he gets it on the jig.
Yeah.
Everyone's a believer now, Vic.
That is just.
That is.
I don't believe it.
They're
still.
all going home and they're all using your code for 20% off Mustad.
That ain't no kidding.
You guys ready for the promo? You guys know I'm sponsored by
Here, hold
Mustad.
that thing up. Let's see it
Look at
as you
this.
talk about it.
Okay.
Put your money where your mouth is. Hold that baby up.
Joshua goes, bring some of those jigs over. I never jigged. I want to see what it's all about. I was like, I'll bring them over. Mustad vertical jig caught the biggest gag grouper in this boat so far. And you guys can save 20% off your order if you use code LANCESHARK.
There you go.
Link in bio. They work. They work.
That's
So the reason we're all yelling copperbelly is if you look at his belly, see how black it is? Whenever we first caught him, it was a real gold copper color. When this fish becomes the dominant fish on the reef and it changes sexes, it becomes a copperbelly. Oh, don't let him get in there. They all
Big
start
old
out as
female.
males. And whenever it becomes the dominant female on the reef, a big breeder, copperbelly.
You're kidding.
Heck
Another big
yeah,
one.
look at
Another
that.
big one.
Get it.
Gosh, Ray, get him.
Oh
Ray, don't
my.
you break us.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
I ain't never caught two copperbellies on the same charter before.
That's a big one.
I'm gonna clear the rail.
Oh my.
That's
You guys, that drag is hammered down. 80-pound fluorocarbon leader, 50-pound tough line.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That is
Dude,
so
I can't
good,
even
Ray.
turn him.
Just don't step back because that's where it's slippery. That's going to be another one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a stud.
Victor hadn't even put, the fish isn't even, where'd it go? It's
still right there.
It's still on the deck.
And I stole his jig.
That was what, your first drop down
That's my
too?
first time I've ever fished one of these.
Wow.
Whatever he does when you get up here, don't try hossing. Let me stick him in the mouth.
Maybe now we could
No,
drag.
no,
She is on there.
no.
Oh.
Sorry. Oh, dude, he was so close. He was so close.
You don't have the jigging board, do you?
Well, those will break him off.
I don't know. I broke him off.
That's like,
Dude, he was so close.
it's so sad because you know exactly what it is too.
Try again if that jig's still on there.
No, he's.
We need to retie it.
I should have retied it before we dropped it again.
Look at this.
Holy cow, no joke.
Are you filming, Brooke?
Yeah.
That's the hooks we've been fishing all day. You guys have hooked this fish before.
Oh my gosh.
With the snell. With the snell too.
I think that was mine.
Yeah, that's where they were breaking off last week.
You got some gnarly teeth on them. Huge. You know it's a good trip and a successful day when you get a spot named after you. Check this
Coral
out.
reef named after you.
All right, guys, so our next stop on our little tour of Panama City, downtown Panama, we're gonna go check out History Class Brewing Company.
These are my friends Victor and Brooke.
Brooke, nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
Dan, this is Victor and Brooke.
Victor and Brooke, nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
People erroneously feel like a cream ale should taste like cream soda, but that's not really what it's all about. But it does have a little bit of a creaminess like to the mouth feel.
You guys want to do some snacks too? Cool.
But it's real like beer when we have somebody come up and go, I want a Bud Light. We do the cream ale.
We gotta do a cheers to our trip. Thank you,
right.
Josh, for inviting us.
The new friends.
Pimento cheese, I believe she said, and Alabama crackers.
Yeah, this is them. This is Brooke and Victor.
So this is all homemade by you? Yes. It is very good, seriously.
Thanks, I appreciate
Very
it.
good. Freshly fried pork rinds with like, I don't know, you got paprika on there, some kind of spice. Listen to this crunch.
Dan, this is History Class Brewing Company. Come check us out in Panama City.
And that's all I got.
Class is in session.
Class is in session.
Everything in this building has historical significance to Panama City. Everything on the walls, there's nothing, you know, no fake artwork or anything like that. Everything is artifacts that belonged to someone in this town who has family generations and generations back and are connected to this town.
So this is a transom off my dad's boat. We lost him in 2007, and later on the boat was destroyed. So we saved the transom off the boat. It sat in my garage for years until we finally found a home for it here.
We're gonna go check out a little beach type store called SunJammers. Josh is really good friends with the owner, so come on in.
What's up everybody, it's Brad with SunJammers and you're in beautiful historic St. Andrews Day. I want to do a quick little walkthrough of our store. Real quick, we've been in business for 21 years in Panama City. Used to be on the beach, full-blown bait and tackle shop, but recently we've just turned into an outdoor lifestyle store. One thing we do different than a lot of other stores is we like to find the local brands, the local things like Salty Swagger, just to kind of make sure that when you walk into the SunJammers, you kind of get a feel for all of St. Andrews and Panama City. We didn't sell anything from hot sauce to kayaks. So this right here is a local hot sauce company called Sanders Pepper Company. You can find them online. Amazing, amazing product. And then our favorite company is right back here. It's called Salty Swagger. It's kind of like milk. We put it in the back of the store, so you got to walk through everywhere to get it. Specialize in high-end performance shirts, local artwork, local designs. If you're in Panama City, we would love for you to swing by and check out our store.
Huge shout out to Angle, because when Brooke and I go on trips like this, we usually fill up a bunch of coolers of ice. And you know, we were in Panama City from Tuesday to Friday. We still got all this ice. You guys can actually save 8% off all Angle coolers. Use my code LANDSHARK. It'll be linked in the description below, as well as on the screen here. Now let's fillet this big bad boy up. Soft part of the head meat. And this is a 6-inch Dexter curved boning knife I'm using. All the way there. Starting right here by the head, gonna work all the way down and just outline our grouper along the spine. Gliding down. Once I do that, rest my knife on the spine, and this guy I can feel has a massive spine. Just work my way up. Definitely the biggest grouper I ever filleted, I'll tell you that. I think the toughest thing about grouper and snapper is just getting through that big rib cage and pin bones. Now, other side of the backbone. What do you think about that? Biggest grouper fillet I've definitely ever held in my hands. And tough fish to fillet because they are just super slimy. Got a massive backbone, big old rib cage, and it's just when you're lifting that flap up, not easy to work with. We're gonna remove the cheeks on this bad boy, or should I say bad girl, big girl. So just feel around right here where it's soft, carve on in. Oh man, this sucker's gonna have huge cheeks.
Like a flame.
Yeah.
Mignon.
Oh yeah. And kind of just work your way around. You know, I don't do this a whole lot, but I'm kind of just doing whatever the knife will allow me to do in terms of getting the meat off. Oh yeah, there it is. Not as big as I thought it was gonna be, but how about you?
Honestly, no.
No, I mean, there's nothing left there. This is not soft. Listen to that, that's hard. That's bone. It's not like I'm missing any. Here's one last look at this big old grouper for you guys. First thing we're gonna do is make a little homemade pesto. Starting with some pine nuts. Did not have time to toast them because Brooke and I are both cooking tonight. She's actually making whole fried vermillion snapper, which I'm really looking forward to. First, we're going to chop our pine nuts. This much basil, about this much garlic. Okay, now we're going to add olive oil, as well as some Parmesan, some grated Parmesan. Beautiful. Try it, Brooke. Nothing better than some fresh homemade pesto. It's like, man, if you like basil, and if you like garlic, which I'm sure by now you guys know Brooke and I love garlic, that is so good. So there's some serious experimenting going on with today's recipe. I've made roasted red peppers in the past, and all you gotta do when you roast red peppers is, I took 3 bell peppers, put them in the oven for 400 degrees. The time kind of varies, I guess, depending on your individual oven and how big and thick the peppers are. I think mine were in about 40 minutes, but the skin literally peels right off, the seeds come right out, and then you're left with all that really good roasted flavor of the red pepper, and it's a completely different taste profile than just a regular pepper. When you roast red peppers or tomatoes or garlic, they just get real sweet. So we're gonna make a little red pepper tomato herb paste that's gonna go on top of our baked grouper. I'm gonna take all that red pepper. If I get some seeds in there, it doesn't bother me. 2 very small plum tomatoes diced. Let's do some fresh parsley. Garlic, you gotta do garlic, about that much garlic. Lemon zest. We'll put in the zest of 1 lemon in there as well. Some black pepper, some ground black pepper, some salt. Woo, a little heavy on the salt right there. And then we'll start off with a little olive oil. Delicious. Delicious. A little salty, I went a little heavy on the salt, but that's fine. And then we just won't salt our fish anymore. So we're gonna make our grouper baked. We're gonna top it with the paste after we season our fish. And then we're gonna finish it off with some panko breadcrumbs and maybe hit it with a broiler to get them crispy. So we're gonna make a little panko mixture, some Parmesan, and 1 egg to kind of bind it together. I just want the panko to really stick to the fish. So these are the grouper fillets. This is from that 40-pound gag, so they are very big and thick. I flipped them over, brushed olive oil on the back sides just to prevent any sticking on the aluminum sheet pan. So what we're gonna do is just a little bit of garlic powder. I'm not gonna go too heavy on the salt because our paste is pretty salty. So just a little bit of salt. Ground black pepper. We're gonna brush on a little bit of our paste, okay? That is the first layer of flavor. And this is really gonna help to season the fish as well. Now we're just gonna sprinkle and press in some of our panko, which I'm hoping is going to get nice and crispy. You know, a lot of people say, hey man, why are you masking the flavor of the fish? We eat so much fish, we know what fish tastes like. I know what grouper tastes like, I know it's delicious. Life is about spicing it up. You can't just do the same thing over and over again. That's not what life's about. Grouper going in the oven, panko breadcrumb topping, the red pepper paste, going in. 375. So we just got done eating a delicious whole fish dinner that Brookie whipped up, which I will have linked below. She also made a video from this trip. So I'm gonna make a little Alfredo sauce to go along with our pasta. We got some olive oil, butter, shallots. I know it's not traditional, but we're gonna add some shallots to this. I also added some garlic. Now we're gonna add some flour to make a little roux to thicken up our Alfredo. We added some cream, reduced the heat to low, and I'm just slowly working it in. And you see that roux really thickened it up. On top of the cream, we're also gonna add some freshly grated Parmesan cheese, heavy amount of black pepper, linguine, ran it through cold water so it would stop cooking. We're going straight into our Alfredo sauce. Look at that. Now we coat our linguine in our Alfredo. This thing has changed the game. I use it a lot when I make barbecue stuff now. If you can record the internal temperature of your steak, your fish, or everything, there's no guessing whether or not it's done. And you can go to the thickest piece like right here, and it registers at 142, but it's been cooling for a little while. 145, you know fish is safe to eat. So you're gonna have perfectly cooked fish every time. I'll have it linked below. Not sponsored, but I really think if you're serious about the home cooking thing, a little digital thermometer will go a long way. We got a little pesto. We did already use these plates for Brooke's dish, that's why they're dirty. Very good point. You put your fish right there. This is harder than it looks. Okay, we're not gonna try to get fancy with our linguine. So check it out. That big fish, grouper are known to have big flakes to begin with, but just that huge grouper, look at those beautiful white flakes coming off that fish. The pesto underneath for the sauce, then you have the fish itself, and then you have that roasted red pepper, which is a really nice touch, and then you have the crispy top, which I thought was delicious. I don't know about everyone else, but I really liked it.
And you got to eat your giant big grouper.
Yeah, that was the best part.
And it was delicious.
My plate's empty. That's my second dinner tonight. Brooke fed me a dinner, and then Victor fed me a dinner, and it was a big piece of grouper, and I finished it. That's how delicious it was.
Victor said, "That's a big piece of fish, Mom. You don't have to finish it." But look what I did. That's because how delicious it was.
Alrighty guys, so this is what it's all about. You know how many comments Brooke and I get all the time, or any fishing YouTuber? What do you guys do with all that fish? Why are you killing so many fish? My dad's going home with fish, right? I got some vacuum sealed for him. Candace and Jed are going home with fish. They're not going home with fish because they don't cook fish anymore.
Mama's going home with fish and bringing it to her friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we got our neighbor Tina. We fed like 4 different neighbors. We got friends and family. We don't just do it for the views. We're not out there to pillage the ocean. If you're gonna go and capitalize on a big trip like that, Brooke and I drove 8 hours. I'm not gonna throw delicious fish back when I can share it with the people I love, friends and family. And that's what it's all about. I wanna thank you guys so much for watching. Huge shout out to Josh from Heritage Excursions. None of this would be possible without him. So I'm gonna have all of his stuff linked in the description box below once again. The brewery, SunJammers, every local business that helped us out in Panama City, thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts. We had a great time in your city, can't wait to go back, and we hope that the city comes back to what it was pre-Hurricane Michael. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.